beginnings are bound. Her golden arrowhead sways in colorful pride. Her green heart beat in vast rainforests and open savannas, alive with rare wildlife and over 800 unique bird species. Her white glows in cascading rivers and the majesty of Kaichur, where mist, water, and light create a wonder beyond compare. Her gold reflects her natural wealth and her rising promise, a nation transforming, standing tall in a world that's changing. But her black reflects her people, resilient, diverse, united, and the strength behind her story. But her red burns with passion, driving forces, shaping futures, and inspiring generations. But while Guyana has her beauty, we go beyond that, because Guyana also stands firm in her purpose, a leader in agriculture, committed to food security and safety, maintaining vigilance and resilience in safeguarding against mouth and foot disease, and ensuring her place as a trusted partner in the global community. And with unity across borders, shared progress, and meaningful collaborations, Guyana continues her journey, evolving, growing, building, connecting. So pause and watch as she rises. A land of promise, a land of pride, a land of possibility. This is my home. This is Guyana. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniela, for that beautiful and thought-provoking piece. It's burning in our hearts as we get ready to celebrate our 60th anniversary next month as an independent nation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we now arrive at a defining moment in our program as we get ready to hear from a leader who is at the forefront of sustainable development, regional cooperation, and agricultural innovation. Through a clear and strategic vision aligned with Guyana's 2030 goals, advancing, as Daniela just shared so beautifully, food security, strengthening resilience, and positioning Guyana as a regional food production hub. His leadership continues to drive progress where it matters most. Please rise and join me in warmly welcoming His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, for the feature address.
Thank you very much. Please have your seats. That was the voice of Inshallah, an extraordinary young citizen of our country. Always great to have her on any program. Distinguished cabinet members, representative of the different organizations present here, esteemed delegates and partners, ladies and gentlemen, it is a profound honor to welcome you to the Cooperative Republic of Guyana for COSALFA 52nd, the conference of the official veterinary service of Latin America. Our nation has hosted this distinguished gathering in 2008. Today, we return as a transformed country, a rising agricultural powerhouse, a leader in animal health, and one of the countries in Latin America and the Caribbean, along with Brazil, Bolivia, Belize, Dominican Republic, Peru, Suriname, and Chile, which are designated free of foot and mouth disease without vaccination. I want us to applaud those countries for their efforts. Guyana's designation as free of foot and mouth disease is more than a veterinary achievement. It is a strategic advantage for both Guyana and the wider Caribbean. It strengthens national and regional food security. It protects livestock industries. It opens valuable export opportunities. And it positions Guyana as a dependable supplier of meat and dairy products within CARICOM. At a time when the region is seeking to reduce its dependence on imported food, Guyana's disease-free status enhances confidence in our agricultural systems, supports investments, and serves as an important line of biosecurity protection for neighboring states. In this sense, it is a pillar of economic resilience and regional food security. That resilience has become even more vital in an era when external shocks can rapidly disrupt access to food, inputs, and markets beyond our shores. As happening as I speak, given the present global turbulence arising from the volatile situation in the Middle East. International shipping networks are facing disruption. Fertilizer supplies are being constrained. Grain shipments are delayed. And livestock trade logistics have become increasingly uncertain. For our region, which still imports far too much of what we consume, this is not a distant crisis. It is a present reality. Higher costs, delayed deliveries, and mounting food insecurity risk are now daily challenges. This makes regional self-reliance, animal health security, and production reliance matters not of aspiration, but of national and regional survival. Our region is home to approximately 590 million susceptible animals, 390 million cattle, 190 million sheep and goats, and 80 million pigs are managed by nearly 5 million farmers, producing over 16.5 million metric tons of beef annually as of 2024. I think we need to give our farmers a huge round of applause. 5 million farmers who are managing this ecosystem, who are working within this ecosystem. We are acutely aware that a single outbreak of foot and mouth disease could devastate food security, rural livelihoods, and trade across Latin America and the Caribbean. Vigilance, as a result, is not optional, it is survival. And yet, vigilance alone is insufficient. We must build systems that are proactive, interconnected, and resilient to shocks, both biological and geopolitical. The systems we build today must be innovative, creative, built on technologies that will allow the optimal use of AI, digitization, and integrated record keeping so that we build a system in which we support each other, in which we allow each other to grow and expand with trust and confidence. Guyana has embraced a bold and decisive vision to become a net exporter of safe, high-quality agricultural products within this decade. We're advancing the 2025+5 initiative, a strategic framework to accelerate agricultural transformation, reduce import dependency, and build genuine food sovereignty across CARICOM. The region has a clear collective mandate: reduce food imports by 4.6 million tons by 2030, and build a resilient, competitive, and climate-smart agri-food system. Among the key priority products are meat and dairy products, for which CARICOM is investing in livestock farms, feedlots, slaughterhouse modernization, and cold chain logistics, modern dairy farms, and pasteurization facilities. CARICOM imports approximately 66,308 metric tons of meat, valuing $312.3 million US dollars, and 204,000 metric tons of poultry and eggs, valuing close to $4 million US dollars. The region has set ambitions 2030 at targets that we believe are achievable. Meat production of 78,000 tons, poultry and eggs 261,000 tons, and dairy 620 tons. As we scale up production of meat, poultry, dairy, and small ruminant sectors, with over US $650 million in investment opportunities, we rely on the assurance that our region remains protected from transboundary animal diseases. It is hoped that the 2026-2030 action plan to be implemented will give us that assurance. CARICOM has adopted trade policy for animal and animal products, regional agricultural health and food safety policy, harmonized SPS guidelines, and alternate settlement mechanisms. These reforms reduce barriers to interregional livestock trade and improve market access. Under this vision, we're expanding production and productivity across livestock, crops, and aquaculture. We've imported 6,000 improved live animals in the past 3 years, alongside high-quality semen from elite areas, with an annual genetic improvement program now valued approximately $1 million US dollars. These are not incremental changes, they're transformative investments in our national and regional food future. Over the next 5 years, Guyana will strengthen our national breeding program, achieve self-sufficiency in hatching eggs, construct modular and mini abattoirs, and promote precision livestock farming. This year, Guyana will be solidifying its role in regional feed production, with expected growth in corn by 10% and soybeans by 23%. There has been significant investment in the construction of wharfage facilities, road network, and silos that will now improve post-harvest handling. In Guyana, we are transforming Region 5, Mahaica-Berbice, into the country's and CARICOM's livestock capital. This initiative focuses on turning the region into a livestock hub, prioritizing high-bred sheep farming, inclusive of other livestock to increase meat production. Our status as being free of foot and mouth disease without vaccination gives us a unique responsibility and a unique opportunity. It enables us to expand interregional trade in livestock and livestock products, with significantly reducing sanitary barriers. It allows us to build a CARICOM animal health corridor based on mutual trust, transparency, and harmonized standards. And it demonstrates to the world that Caribbean countries can achieve world-class animal health status and therefore use the status for tangible economic development. Hosting COSALFA allows CARICOM member states to see firsthand the negative economic impact of this disease, and equally important, to understand the tangible benefits of prevention and regional coordination. We have backed our commitments with real investments and concrete action. We have procured PCR systems at great cost, strengthening our molecular diagnostic capabilities. We have established bilateral agreements with key biotechnology partners to conduct applied research right here in Guyana. As a matter of fact, discussions are ongoing on the development of a vaccine manufacturing facility in Guyana, with the private sector taking a lead role. Our financial commitment to expanding and financing the livestock sector have been steady and growing. And our traceability system, combined with advances in diagnostics, positions Guyana as a regional reference point for modern, evidence-based animal health management. I want to take a moment to think about how important this event is and how it can help us work together and support each other. Hosting COSALFA 52 shows that we are serious about strengthening Guyana's request for access to vaccines during potential outbreaks through the PANVACO mechanism. We know this will require the work of all our development partners, and together we can improve our capabilities. This conference also opens up new ways for international financing, such as grants and loans, which are very important for the further development of our local livestock surveillance program. We welcome the support of our partners in this area as we strive to improve our systems. COSALFA 52 is also a great way to make our reporting and surveillance systems better. Not only will this help Guyana, but it will also help our neighbors in an area who look to us for help and advice. I really believe that we can do more by working together and sharing what we know. Beyond national gains, this conference represents a shared commitment across Latin America and the Caribbean to ensure that every citizen has access to safe, wholesome, and nutritious food. The commitment is not aspirational, it is essential. We must strengthen regional surveillance and response systems, not as a national option, but as a collective necessity. We must leverage digital technologies to enhance traceability, data management, and transparency, making our systems trade-ready and trustworthy. We must align our national policies with international standards while ensuring that vaccine access mechanisms are available to all members in an outbreak. And we must build resilience against global shocks, including the Middle East supply chain disruptions, by producing more of what we consume within CARICOM and this region. We must trade more among ourselves. And the only way we can do that is if we build trusted systems and trusted markets. For Guyana, these prospects translate into greater market access, increased investors' confidence, and long-term food security for our people. But they also translate into something larger, the validation of a model in which a small, developing nation can achieve the highest international standards and then use that achievement to lift an entire region. Let this gathering in Guyana, therefore, send a clear and powerful message that our region is united, that our systems are strengthening, and that our commitment to safe, sustainable, and sovereign food production is unwavering. Guyana stands ready to lead, ready to partner, and ready to advance a future where food production, animal health, and public trust go hand in hand. In closing, I extend my sincere appreciation to the organizers, participating countries, and technical partners whose dedication has made this event possible. I also acknowledge the ongoing bilateral discussions and technical cooperation that will emerge from this conference, because our work here does not end with applause. It ends with action. It ends with stronger laboratories, better traceability, faster response times, and deeper trust among neighbors. I thank you, and God bless all of you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Your Excellency, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, distinguished delegates from various countries representing here this morning, member of the Diplomatic Corps, and we have a number of representatives from international organizations, ICA, PAHO, FAO, CARICOM, CAFSA, and other organizations that are represented here this morning, various heads of the Ministry of Agriculture, program heads, permanent secretaries. Today, I have the distinct honor of welcoming you on behalf of the government of Guyana to our beautiful country. It is a privilege to have you here in Guyana as we gather for the 52nd Ordinary Meeting of the South American Commission for the Fight Against Foot and Mouth Disease. We are honored to host this gathering at a time when our region stands at a decisive point in the fight against foot and mouth disease. Across South America, we have seen extraordinary progress built on strong surveillance system, coordinated vaccination strategies, and the tireless work of veterinary services. Many countries in the region now maintain extensive foot and mouth disease-free zone. Some without vaccination, others are advancing towards that goal. These achievements, however, reflects decades of discipline and investment, but they also remind us that the job is not finished. The reality is this: the closer we get to full eradication, the higher the stake becomes. One breach, one lapse in cross-border coordination, one weakness in early detection can undo years of effort. This is why this meeting matters. This meeting will not only reviewing the 2021-2025 action plan, it will also set and prepare to launch the 2026-2030 cycle with sharper tools, stronger system, and a clearer understanding of the risk ahead. For Guyana, hosting COSALFA 52 is part of our broader commitment to strengthen veterinary governance, expanding diagnostic capacity, and improving our national surveillance architecture. We see this meeting as an opportunity to deepen collaboration, accelerate technology adoption, and ensure that every country, large or small, has the system needed to protect its livestock sector. I want to extend a warm welcome to all member states represented here today from both the public and private sector. Your presence demonstrates the strength of this hemispheric partnership. I also acknowledge the leadership of Pan American Foot and Mouth Disease and Veterinary Public Health Center, of the Pan American Health Organization and the World Health Organization, and the dedicated team locally at the Guyana Livestock Development Authority for making this gathering possible. Over the next 2 days, this meeting will examine the technical indicators that define our progress, the robustness of post-vaccination monitoring, the performance of our diagnostic laboratories, the integrity of our traceability and animal movement controls, the readiness of our emergency response mechanism, and the emerging pressures from climate variability to increase trade flow that demands new approaches. This is not a routine meeting. It is a moment to sharpen our collective resolve. The region has come too far, invest too much, and build too strong a foundation to allow complacency to creep in. So let's use this platform to push harder, think bigger, and act faster. Let us ensure that the next action plan positions our hemisphere not only to maintain foot and mouth disease-free status, but to strengthen resilience across the entire animal health ecosystem. In the spirit of strengthening leadership, allow me also to extend on behalf of the government of Guyana, congratulations to Dr. Manuel Sanchez on his appointment as Director of the Pan American Foot and Mouth Disease. We look forward to your leadership and stewardship as we deepen cooperation and advance the shared vision that unites us all here today. On behalf of the government of Guyana, I welcome you once again to this beautiful country. Take time to visit beautiful places, enjoy the hospitality of our people, enjoy our cuisine, and I look forward to the energy, the expertise, and the practical solution that will emerge from this discussion. Welcome, and let us have fruitful discussion over the next 2 days.
Thank you for the introduction. Your Excellency, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Mohamed Irfan Ali, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Zulfikar Mustafa, Director General of Guyana Livestock Development Authority, Duarte Waldron, Representative of Guyana Livestock Producers, Nardio Basodio, distinguished delegates of COSALFA members from the public and private sectors, colleagues, partners, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to open, in my capacity as ex officio secretary of COSALFA, this 52nd ordinary meeting here in Georgetown, Guyana. This occasion, as it was said, is particularly meaningful to me, as this is the first official event since I assumed my role as a director of Panactosa at the beginning of April. And COSALFA is a forum I highly value. I would like to thank the government of Guyana for hosting this meeting, for his continued commitment to animal health and regional cooperation, and for the leadership in advancing One Health approach. This global epidemiology situation for FMD remains challenging. In the endemic regions of Africa, Middle East, and Asia, historical serotype continues to circulate, particular serotype O. More importantly, SAT serotype, SAT1 and SAT2, are now being detected beyond the traditional African range, including North Africa, Middle East, Europe, and Asia. Outbreak reported in recent years in countries previously recognized as FMD-free without vaccination by WOA, including several countries in Europe, Asia, and Africa, clearly demonstrates that FMD continues to pose a global risk. These events underscores the need for robust prevention frameworks and timely operational preparedness. In contrast, in the Americas, continent stand out for our sanitary stability. With the exception of Venezuela, all countries in the regions are currently considered free from FMD, reflecting a more uniform sanitary status across South America, Central America, Caribbean, and North America. There has not been intra-regional introductions since 2018, and for several decades, no incursion from outside the region had been recorded. This is due in part to a good context for risk isolation, but also to the strength of our veterinary services, political commitment, and a solid regional coordination, with COSALFA playing a central role. This success, however, should not lead us to overconfident. While progressing toward eradication has not advanced at the same pace globally, risk profile for Americas has evolved, shifting from primary regional concerns to increasing exposure to global dynamics. In this context, COSALFA remains essential as a space for dialogue, shared situational awareness, and coordinated regional actions. Over the next 2 days, we will focus to discuss the strategy directions for the next years, which provide a clear roadmap to eliminate the internal risk and consolidate the FMD-free status across the continent. Our agenda will address key topics including progress and challenges for FMD preparedness and emergency response, particularly in Caribbean, the strategic priorities of the PEFA 2026-2030, the experience and outlook of Regional Antigen Bank for FMD Bambaco, the role of risk analysis as a tool to inform decisions, and also we initiate reflections on COSALFA's role in post-eradication context. I am confident that the discussions and decision of this 52nd COSALFA meeting will further strengthen our collective capacity, reaffirm the leadership of the America in the global fight against FMD, and help to guide PANACTOSA technical cooperation priorities. Before closing these remarks, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our colleagues from the GLDA involved in the organization of this meeting, as well to the staff team and the colleagues from PAHO Country Office. Thank you very much, and I wish us all a productive and very successful meeting.
The President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Mohamed Irfan Ali, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Zulfikar Mustafa, Mr. Chief Executive Officer, Guyana Livestock Development Authority, Dr. Dwight Walrondi, distinguished authorities, delegates, representatives of the public and private sectors, colleagues and friends. It's an honor to join you at the opening of the 52nd Ordinary Meeting of the South American Commission for the Fight Against Foot and Mouth Disease in Georgetown, Guyana. For more than 5 decades, this commission, COSALFA, has been a cornerstone of regional animal health governance, bringing together public and private sectors under the technical leadership of the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, through the Pan American Foot and Mouth Disease and Veterinary Public Health Center, PANAFTOSA. This hemispheric effort, launched 75 years ago, has shown that sustained political commitment, scientific excellence, and regional solidarity can turn ambitious goals into real results. Livestock production remains essential to our economies and food security, supporting the availability of animal source protein and strengthening the resilience of food systems across Latin America and the Caribbean. Today, we are entering the final stage toward the eradication of foot and mouth diseases in the Americas. The hemispheric program for the eradication of foot and mouth diseases, PEPFAR Action Plan 2026-2030, provides a clear roadmap to eliminate remaining risks, particularly in the northern Andean region, while strengthening prevention, preparedness, and rapid response capacities across the continent. Allow me now to continue in Spanish. La participación de todos los países de las Américas, más allá de los miembros de la COSALFA, es fundamental para proteger el estatus sanitario regional y fortalecer la preparación frente a riesgos transfronterizos. En ese contexto, deseo destacar el Banco Regional de Antígenos para la Fiebre Aftosa, BANVACO. Este mecanismo estratégico coordinado por PANAFTOSA y disponible para todos los países de la región, fortalece la preparación regional ante emergencias sanitarias al garantizar el acceso oportuno a antígenos y vacunas y reforzar nuestra capacidad colectiva de respuesta ante un eventual brote. La erradicación de la fiebre aftosa forma parte de la iniciativa de eliminación de enfermedades lideradas por la Organización Panamericana de la Salud, OPS, basada en un enfoque integrado, sostenible y en la cooperación regional. La experiencia de las Américas demuestra que el multilateralismo, la coordinación entre sectores y el fortalecimiento continuo de las capacidades nacionales son claves para el éxito. Hoy estamos más cerca que nunca de alcanzar un hito histórico, una región libre de fiebre aftosa. Pero ese no es el final del camino. La sostenibilidad, la vigilancia y la preparación deben guiar nuestros próximos pasos. Nuestra responsabilidad es clara: proteger los logros alcanzados y asegurar que las futuras generaciones hereden una región libre de esa enfermedad. Les deseo una reunión productiva con debates rigurosos y decisiones estratégicas que impulsen la implementación efectiva del nuevo plan de acción. Cuenten con la OPS como aliado firme y permanente. Seguiremos caminando junto a ustedes, apoyando a los países de la región hasta alcanzar y sostener una América libre de fiebre aftosa. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Participation in the opening ceremony of the 52nd Ordinary Meeting of the South American Commission for the Fight Against Foot and Mouth Disease, being held here in Georgetown, Guyana once again, and best wishes for a productive 52nd meeting.